Hello everyone! Today we are unboxing the 1889 Lenormand. Hey everyone, welcome back to Living by the F Word. Today we are unboxing the 1889 Lenormand deck. It is gorgeous. I love it so much. I'm so happy I chose to get the standard poker size because the imagery is just so beautiful. And I touch upon how many are made of this deck and all about the actual artist and deck once we get to the table and into the cards. So before we do that, let me just introduce myself. My name is Jess. I'm a fine artist, flight attendant, and festival enthusiast, and I talk about F words that I'm passionate about here on my channel, but I also talk about tarot, oracle, and Lenormand cards, and I do flip-throughs and unboxings. So that's what you're about to watch. If you're into any of those things, please give this video a thumbs up. That will really help me out and the channel out as well. And if you're into all this stuff, please consider subscribing. I talk about a lot of stuff on my channel here, so without further ado, let's get into the cards right now. Hey everyone, welcome back to the table. I am so excited today. I have a nice cup of tea. It is beautiful weather today in New Jersey. Don't ask me why I'm gonna be inside filming unboxings all day. I eventually am gonna go out for a run. I did spend a lot of time yesterday doing yard work, so I have been outside this weekend, but it is beautiful weather. We are entering fall, and you know, as much as I hate to see summer go, fall is probably my second favorite season. I just love sweater weather. I love hoodies. I love fall colors. I love the leaves changing. It's just that once we enter winter is where I start to not really like that feeling of coldness. But we're not there yet. Let's live in the present. It is gorgeous today, and I am finally unboxing the 1889 Lenormand that I ordered back in July. So it's crazy that it has taken me this long to actually unbox this. It's actually pretty much a sin in my opinion, because this is such a beautiful deck. But I guess the great thing about me waiting this long is that I really don't remember much of what it looks like. But I will tell you that I ordered this because I wanted a second Lenormand deck. I am learning Lenormand, and so I'm still getting used to what the cards mean. But I'm learning that card system in honor of my Nana, who used to read Lenormand. And so I had purchased the Celtic Lenormand, which was very much highly spoken of by a lot of people in the tarot community here on YouTube. And it really is a great deck with a really extensive guidebook, so it's really nice. But when I saw this deck, and I also saw that for this particular poker size deck, there's only 1,000 that they were making, I felt like I had to get it. So why it's taken me this long, I don't know. I felt like I had so much going on in my life, and I really wanted to wait for the right opportunity to open this so we could see it all together. So let's take a look. Okay. So I have a really cute, thank you, Jessica. Let's see now. Now, here's the deal. I put my camera back on autofocus. I can't decide if autofocus is right for me or if there we go, if manual focus is gonna be the right move for me. I'm still testing out doing unboxings, and it's been pretty difficult because I go back and forth. Sometimes I think the manual focus is better, but then at the same time, when I'm not showing you a card close up, you can't see everything on the table. I don't know if anyone really cares about what's on my table or not, but I do because it's just beautiful. And I think that if I'm going to be grabbing any books to reference or anything to reference, autofocus is easier than trying to manually focus every time. but I've been kind of struggling with both ways. And so every time I hold it up, you know, I guess I'm going to have to tap my screen, and that seems to work. So I guess that's what I'll have to do. I've tried different settings, all for focusing, and this is a new camera, so bear with me. Anyways, let's get into it. So we have the Seeker's Mystical Workshop, established 2009, with a little thank you, Jessica. All right, now we also have, oh, they're little cute little business cards. So this is perfect for witchy season coming up. Perfect. Look how cute. So yeah, this deck is by For the Seekers. So these are their business cards. So cute. And on the back they have a bunch of other, well, here we have the 1889, which is what I'm about to unbox, but they have a bunch of other, I'm not sure if they're decks or if they are other things that they sell. I'm not quite sure. I would have to go check that out. And then on the back here, they have angel numbers. So that's pretty cool. I actually might keep that out here in my little setup out here, just because, you know, I'm a big fan of angel numbers. There's some people that believe in them, and then there's other people that don't, but I definitely feel like when you're in alignment, you see them a lot more. Okay, the next thing that we have here is this particular deck, okay, which we will get to in a second. This is a standard size poker card deck. They also sell this in a miniature size. And I believe it's Kelly from Truth and Story who recommends that when you're learning Lenormand, you start with a miniature size, because if you're ever trying to read a grand tableau, which is basically using all the cards in order to get a reading, it's really hard to fit all of them on the table if they are a standard poker size. So if you can imagine 36 cards in the Lenormand all lined out, you know, yes, this size would take up a really big portion of your table. However, this size only came in 1,000. And so I felt like they launched this deck in 2017. I had watched on someone else's channel that probably from a few years ago, and they were like already in the, I don't know, 400, 500 range. So I kind of felt like, ooh, I better get this before the 1,000 runs up. And as you can see, I have deck 922 of 1,000. I was actually really thinking I was going to get an angel number. I honestly thought I was going to get 999 for some reason. I had in my head that I was going to get like the second to last deck of 999. Which is a phaser cycle is coming to a close, time to move on. But I did not get that. I got 922, so this is just a little official certificate of authenticity. And you could already tell by the card and the box here that why I got this deck. It is just gorgeous. So let me put those off to the side. I'm wondering if I could get this without scissors. I unboxed the Sacred Self-Care Oracle that I have over here, and I sliced the box open. I was devastated. I couldn't believe it. And then it actually ended up not even recording because it was just a whole mess. That's why I have a new camera. Okay. Yes, I don't need scissors. Whew, good. Okay. So let's take a look at this box first of all. let me see if I could get lighting on there. Oops. Do you see that? Let me see if I could get this light to show you guys how cool. Do you see that? How cool the box is. It kind of looks like, not cobwebs, but like, I don't know. It's just like a cool little design element to it, but it's hard to see without the light on. I don't know if that's going to be better or not. Okay. And then on the back, we have the fox. All right. So it's just a normal tuck box, but look at how beautiful, even on the inside of this tuck box. It's amazing. Usually not a fan of tuck boxes, but this is a poker-sized deck, so I mean, the whole inside. Try to show you. Okay. Ooh, sorry about the. Yeah, it's not really showing. I've been trying to film during the day too, so that I have better lighting and I don't really have to have the fake spotlight on, because, you know, natural lighting is much better. I just realized someone's mowing the lawn. So that's probably, my neighbor's probably mowing their lawn, and that's going to come up in this video. But you know what? We are here and we are doing it. So it is what it is. Okay. So we have this adorable little guidebook, and there's an introduction. As an artist and history enthusiast, creating this little pack of cards unfolded into an incredible and unforgettable journey. Ooh, I already love it because it has the hot air balloon. And I don't know, when I think of hot air balloons, I think of Journey. I think of Electric Forest, which is one of my favorite festivals. I just think of air balloon festivals all around the world. So yeah, how people used to travel this way, especially even like the Wizard of Oz. I don't know, that's what I think about when I think of hot air balloons. Let me put this light down so that it's not as, I don't even think I need it. Okay. So the fortune-telling cards that we call Petit Lenormand have a colorful past with new facts about their origin still coming to light. The first Lenormand pack I discovered was a complete circa 1926 Carreras, I don't know if I'm saying that properly, set collected from cigarette packs. I found them by chance while researching cartomancy and playing cards, and was instantly enamored by their appearance. I had no interest in learning how to read these cards. I wanted to collect them. Oh my God. You know, I gotta say, that's kind of almost the direction I've been going lately. I have just been purchasing deck after deck after deck just to collect them and have the artwork, because I feel like it's a little mini art gallery. All these cards, someone poured their like heart and soul into creating these beautiful cards, the backs, the actual cards, the thought process behind them. And so whether it's a Lenormand deck or a tarot deck or an oracle deck, I'm just absolutely obsessed with purchasing them and collecting them. So I could totally relate to that. So let's see. She says, they were foreign to me. Actually, I'm saying she, but I am not. Yes, artist is Jennifer Sager. So yes, it is a she. So Jennifer's saying, she had no interest in learning how to read these cards. I wanted to collect them. They were foreign to me, and after seeing the giant spreads using the entire pack of 36 cards, they seemed overwhelming. I feared that the cards and system would be daunting to use, but I couldn't have been more wrong. I learned quickly that you could get a clear and literal answer to almost any question with as little as 2 cards, and it's easy to understand. The Petit Lenormand is useful for answering very basic types of questions about everyday life, providing details about the past and present situations, future predictions, and even finding lost objects. The Lenormand cards and their simplicity is truly refreshing, and I'm still astounded by their candid accuracy. Jennifer Sager, 1889 artist. All right, so then we have a little insert about Marie Anne Adelaide Lenormand. Then we have directions for use, the significance of the cards. Okay, and then we have each card and the instructions here, basically, for all 36 cards. Then we have the Felipe card layout, which, to my knowledge, from what I've studied, is, it looks like a grand tableau, but a house's layout almost, if I'm not mistaken. But once again, I'm still very much learning this system. So if you're a Lenormand card reader and you're watching this, don't take everything to heart. I'm still learning. Okay, let's see. And then it seems like there's some more history here. Favorable or unfavorable are the following cards. So maybe card pairings. And then it talks a little bit about playing with the usual German and French card decks. And let's see here. The Game of Hope card layout. Okay. Really interesting. There's some new spreads on here that I've never heard of before, but that's also because I'm a newbie. So anyone else watching this might be like, yeah, no, that's pretty standard. Okay, there's keywords. So let's see, basic keywords. So there's the keywords are separate in this little guidebook, and then there's the overall message is in the front here. But the thing with Lenormand cards is they have literal meanings. So basically, what I will get with this deck, if I were to pull, let's say, card 1, the Rider, with this deck, or with the Celtic Lenormand or any other Lenormand deck, they all mean the same thing. The artwork, it really doesn't change it. Like how in a tarot system, you can get a different reading based off of the artwork. You know, the artwork may be very, lead the reader, the card reader, in a different direction based off of their intuition and based off of their knowledge of the card. But because of the artwork, they can connect with it differently. Whereas this, it means what it means. So I'm still learning actually all the meanings with this card system. So I'm happy that I have 2 decks that I can practice with. Oh, and here we have the Grand Tableau, which I thought was laid out. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, it is laid out similar to that spread that I showed you before, with the 4 cards at the bottom, which I thought was the houses spread, or how you could read what house different cards are in to pair them up. I'm gonna like dive into all of this. I haven't filmed it yet, but I know like I will be talking about all these in separate videos, so I will tag those videos about different spreads and how to use them and so forth. And then let's see, we have a glossary. Then we have a 9x4. Okay, so there's several ways you could do a grand tableau, apparently. As you can see, I still haven't gotten that far because I'm still learning the card meanings, and so I typically start with smaller spreads. It's just what I think is easiest when you are a beginner. And here we go with the ship at the back. Okay, so cute little guidebook, really packed with a lot of information too, which is so nice. I just love that this whole thing has artwork in it. You can't see it, but it's beautiful. So pretty. And there's the key on the front there. Also hard to see, but I'm not even gonna shine the light. Just trust me. Okay. I thought that this fuzzball on my sweater was a spider, and I literally almost just freaked out. Okay. Oh my gosh. I think this is what drew me in to begin with. Maybe we do need lighting. Let me see here. These backs are gorgeous. I am obsessed. I pretty much, there are times where I feel like I am more attracted to the back of a card than I am to the fronts of them, which is crazy. But let me just take one and show you, and really show you. It's just beautiful. You have a songbird, you have flowers, you have that hot air balloon. It is just gorgeous. And then you have this same print that's on the box in black, which I said looked like a spider web, but really now it looks like lace with this goldish tint to it. Oh, beautiful. Okay, they're gold gilded, which you can see there. So gilded is when the sides are like a different color. Some people edge their own cards, and some decks come already done like this. But if you add color or something to the side of your own cards, then you're edging it. But when it's already done, it's called gilding, I believe. So they're gold gilded. Okay. All right, now, so I believe I saw in the book that she called, number one is usually the rider, R-I-D-E-R, the rider, but here she has it as the cavalier. So still, like I said, the same message. It's a messenger of good fortune, someone who is delivering news. Okay, so card one, you can see the Lenormand card number, the playing card association. Now, this might be a little harder for me. This deck might be a little harder for me to learn, only because I am still learning the playing card association. And right there I see like, okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 of hearts. I don't know. I'd actually have to look in my journal or in this guidebook, because I'm still learning playing card associations. But let's see. Yeah, it is the 9 of hearts. Okay. So basically, since it's black and white here, it might be difficult for me to learn at first on this deck, because it doesn't, let me see if I could, these are all shuffled. See, with like, for instance, with the Celtic Lenormand, the rider has the 9 of hearts, and it says the number with the symbol of the suit. Whereas I love how the, like, don't get me wrong, there's a reason why I bought this deck, for a reason. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. I'm just saying, for someone that is beginning, it might be a little harder for me, but eventually I will get it. But I absolutely love the fact that he's even covering the playing card. It like brings him forward. It makes him, you know, obviously the most important. And the bike is just beautiful, and the top hat, very drawn to this. Anyone that knows me knows I wear top hats to festivals. I just am loving this character. Okay, so card 2, we have the clover. 6 of diamonds. Actually, so now that I'm looking at this, I mean, it's still very simple to read the playing card association. I guess I'm just still not used to those cards getting paired up with the Lenormand system, just because I'm still very much a newbie. Oh, really cool. It says clover, and then it says clover up here around number 2. Let me try to focus it for you. But it also says it in other languages. It might be French and German, because Lenormand card system originated in France or derived from a game in France. But then also it was very popular in Germany too. So I'm not sure if I would have to look that up, but I could almost make a bet that the words are also in French or German. But if I'm wrong, someone let me know in the comments. Here's the ship. Okay, so 4 is house. Actually, I love that it says it there, because for me, I'm still getting used to what card is what. I pretty much have a feel for it, but it's nice. There's card 5, our tree. Beautiful, beautiful tree. Okay. Card 6, which is clouds. And what I love about this particular depiction of the clouds is it really looks blurred. And this particular card does mean something's unclear or blurry or, clouded vision, basically. And these are really out of focus. Like the trees are in focus and the clouds are very blurred. So it kind of just goes along with that meaning. Ooh, yeah. So here is our snake. That pop of orange. I don't know what type of snake that is. I know that it's called something specific, but it is staring right at you. Yikes. Don't mind my tea slurping. Oh, it's so good. Love it. Okay. Ooh, yeah, that's an interesting way. So this card, card 8, is the coffin card. But the coffin is actually inside of that carriage. And there's curtains so you could see the coffin. Goodness, these cards are beautiful. They are just as beautiful as I remember them. Okay. Card 9, which is our bouquet. I always find it interesting how different people portray the bouquet. I've seen fields of flowers. I've seen, this is now obviously looking like it's in a jar of some sort on a table. I've seen an actual bouquet, like what someone would bring their lover. So really interesting, but these are beautiful. These are wildflowers, all different colors. So gorgeous. Okay. So card 10, which I always feel like I pronounce this wrong. The scythe. I don't know if it's the scythe. I've looked it up before and I still am having trouble remembering how to pronounce it. That crow kind of gives that added darkness. This card usually needs to cut off, to chop away. You know, you would use this to harvest the grain and harvest, you know, for the fall season, and it usually just means to cut off or end abruptly, pretty much. Okay. Here we have our whip. There's just like subtle details with this deck, like this print in the background, and then there's like the focal point, and it still has like this gold, you know, edging like I had talked about kind of, and there's like this subtle, I don't know, it's very, I don't know, subtle. I can't think of what word I'm trying to use as a descriptor here, but you know, it's not like, it's like vintage. I guess that's like what I'm going for. There we have our birds. Okay. The child. And it looks like, I kind of like how she's like peeking over. Seems a little curious, but also a little timid. And then there's those cherry blossoms there, which are really pretty. 13 is one of my favorite numbers. Okay. The fox. It's a really pretty fox. Really like that one. Okay, we have the bear. I could hear people walking around upstairs. I tried to set up my microphone so that it's manual, and so it really only picks up the sounds that are needed on the videos because when I first set up this new camera, oh my gosh, I was having so much difficulty with my microphone and extra static and buzzing sounds and so forth. So I'm not sure if you can hear any of the outside noises or people walking around upstairs, but hopefully not so much. Okay. Wondering if the light helps at all. It's really only lighting my hand. I need to come up with a better system to get it mounted for you guys. So here we have the star, which obviously there's a bunch of stars hanging there. Kind of interesting way to portray this card. Super simple. Kind of reminds me of like decorations or something. Oops, that's the back. Hello. All right, so card 17 is the stork. I need more than 2 hands. Does anyone else feel that way? Kind of cool. I like that it's like landing or taking off from that directional, what is it called? You know, they usually have them on they blow with the wind and they usually have them on barns or so forth. But this card usually means that you are about to move, because storks usually move to warmer weather. So maybe you're getting a new home or something, and perhaps you're moving south, or in general, you are moving. And so I really like that this is on a directional compass, if you will. Oh my goodness, I forgot about this guy. Oh my gosh, my sister is gonna love this one. So here we have our dog, a little hound. Oh my gosh, he looks so sad, but like really, that's just how they look. Oh my gosh, it's adorable. Does his collar say anything? Oh, I don't have my magnifying glass out down here anymore. It does say something. It looks like it says killer, and there's like a little skeleton on it though. Oh my goodness. Seriously. So cute. Okay. Oh. Here we have the tower. So that's why it's so important to know the playing card or the Lenormand card number, because then you just know. If you know 19 is tower, then you just know. But since I'm still learning, I was looking at the imagery and I was like, what is that? I don't remember what this one is. And it is a tower. So okay, card 20. We have the garden. Little planes flying over. It's so beautiful out today. That's why there's so many outdoor noises today, because it's gorgeous. Ooh, that's a very pretty mountain card. Gorgeous mountain card. Oh. Okay, so this is the paths card, and I love it because it's a railroad, and you know, one way leads one way and the other obviously leads another. And so That's a really cool way to portray that card. Love it. I always get so the mice card is just so always so adorable. No matter, I feel like no matter what Lenormand deck you're looking at, the mice are so cute, but generally it's not that great of a card because they cause destruction. But look at how cute. So cute. Ooh, okay. This is what the heart card in every deck always trips me up because see, I would have thought that was like perfume because it is obviously it's a perfume jar. But it's shaped as a heart, and so that's why it's so important for me to learn that 24 is the heart, 1 is rider, 2 is clover, 3 is ship. See, I'm starting to learn them, but I don't know all of them yet, so at first glance, like, I would have probably forgotten that this was the heart card. Wow, this is clear as day. Here we have the ring. Ace of clubs. The book. And it's actually, I keep saying the in front of it, but they're actually really just simplified. This one's called book. The other one was ring. It's very simplified as far as the names. I've really been into reading lately. I'm a very slow reader, but if it's a topic that helps me in the long run, I really love self-help books, and more recently I really like books that help me like with branding and so forth. This is the letter. I keep saying the. I can't help it. But once again, we have that nice print in the background. Ooh. Our gentleman. The gentleman. Mm-hmm. And the lady. Her hair is gorgeous. And I love all those wildflowers behind her too. My hair eventually is going to get this long again. I'm growing it out, so. Beautiful. And Lily. Yeah, there's just something about this deck. It is so beautiful. I wonder if it's sold out yet. I haven't looked, but I got this back in July, and it was I'm deck 922 out of 1,000. So it's really possible that this may be close to selling out. I'm not sure when I'm going to upload this because I have a lot that I am going to be uploading deck unboxings, but yeah, I'm curious. It might be this poker size may be sold out. I think that they have unlimited miniature ones, but I'm not really sure. Okay, so here we have Sun. and our moon. I just love the feel of these, the look of these. It's just, yeah, very elegant vintage is like the feel I get from these. I just love it. Key. I like how there's several keys hanging from the trees. $33, that's another favorite number of mine. I love 3. I love 3, I love 7, I love 37, I love 13. Those are like my favorite numbers. Ooh, look at this guy. This is the fish card. He's different. I like that orange in his okay, and anchor. And our last card, card 36, which if you're not familiar with Lenormand, you would probably not realize with this particular deck that it is the cross. That's what this card is. But this just seems like it's a grave site, and that's a statue, and the cross is behind it, which is a really, really cool way of representing this card. Oh my goodness. So beautiful. Let me take a sip of tea. I feel like we should do a spread. Why not, right? Let's see. I don't really want to do a large one. I might just do a 3-card spread, especially since I'm really nervous. Not nervous. Maybe I am nervous and I don't even realize it because I'm on camera. Oh, here we go. I really didn't mean to say nervous. I don't know why I said that. I feel like I'm just so new at this card system, so I don't feel like I know it that well. So maybe deep down I am nervous. Maybe I was meant to say that. Okay, let's see here if, yeah, form your questions. Let's be clear with your questions. Only ask one question at a time. Before attempting to use your cards for divination, it's best that you familiarize yourself with the keywords associated with each of the 36 Lenormand cards that are listed in the previous section. Merging 2 cards. This is like basic spreads here. Yeah, even though each card has its own individual list of keywords, the cards are usually only read with 2 or more cards merged together before they can begin to reveal answers to your questions. This is because the meanings of each card change a little bit based on the cards that are surrounding it, yes. In a basic line of 3 cards, usually the first card is the subject and the following cards describe what the first card is doing. That's interesting because somewhere else I researched that. I'm going to show you. But what they're saying here, I read that usually the center card is the subject of interest and the 2 on the outsides are kind of like the information regarding that center card. So in this guidebook here, it's saying that for a 3-card pull, a line of 3, the first card is the subject. So since we're using this deck, we'll go with that. So let's just see, let's see how they shuffle. And anyone that has watched my videos before knows that I'm not the best shuffler. Ooh, okay. That wasn't so bad. They, you know, they're really nice. They're thicker. They're not too thick, but they're definitely very sturdy. So we'll give some good shuffles here. Oh yeah, that's nice. And I'm like not that great of a shuffler, so the fact that these are working pretty nicely for me is awesome. All right, so what should we ask? How about, what should we look forward to the week ahead? Oops, okay. Week ahead. Oh, I got 2 cards, even though I was shuffling. 2 cards that were 18 and 17, which are in the same order. All right, week ahead. Oops. Okay. I'm gonna zoom in for you guys. I could probably put them like this for you. Okay. So we have the dog, which usually is friendship, loyalty, best friend. See, you could tell that I'm a beginner because I'm not spitballing it out. Okay, then we have the stork, which is usually about moving, travel, relocation. And the ship, which also is a form of transportation. So let's see if I can get more light here. So now, if you are a Lenormand reader and you want to put in the comments what you think this means, by all means, go ahead. I am going to say I really need a card holder. I am like wanting a card holder so that I could face them up to you guys. I definitely think I need to get one. Okay, so let's see. Let's just look at the keywords. So we asked what's going to happen this week. And since most of the YouTube card readings are timeless, you could take this message for what it's worth, you know, from when I upload it that particular week, or it could be timeless, and if you watch it like a year later, it could just be that message for you. So here we go. So yeah, the dog is a friend, a companion, loyalty, trustworthiness, and a domestic pet. Yes, so I did say that. Then we have the stork, which is change, beginnings, gains, improvement, relocation, or birth. And then we have 3, which is the ship, which is travel, journey, commerce, foreign land, long distance trip. So this could be something as simple as one of your most trustworthy friends. One of your most trustworthy friends is planning to relocate to a far away location. That it could be really that simple. Now, if we dive a little deeper, let's see like what the meanings here say. Okay, so yeah, pretty much it says for the dog. Okay, so this is basically saying if you were using like a grand tableau spread where multiple cards, you typically with Lenormand, you read the cards that are surrounding it. So it's saying here that the dog, if near the person, either basically the gentleman or the lady, you can consider your friends faithful and sincere, but if very distant and surrounded by the clouds, be cautious not to trust who you call themselves your friends. So this is like more if you were actually consulting. This actually reminds me a lot of my Nana's deck, which is the Gypsy Witch style Lenormand, where you say the person that you're consulting, so whether it be a lady or a gentleman, you take that card out as a significator, meaning if you're reading your friend and it is a lady, you would take card 29 out because that's the lady, and then everything surrounding it you can kind of get a reading from it. If it was the man, you do card 28, etc. And so that's what these meanings kind of are. So I know I'm actually going to take out my guidebook from the Celtic Lenormand because it is just so detailed and it has spiritual meanings and a whole bunch of stuff. And in general, all these cards mean what they mean. So the dog. Loyalty, acquaintance, friendship, companionship, loyal, dependable, known, supportive, reliable. And while this is generally a very positive card, loyalty and faithfulness, even friendship, can be overbearing and stifling in terms of descriptors. That faithfulness can also become dogness. Whew, tongue twister there. Holding or unconditionally or a certain kind of stubbornness. So that's like kind of the dark side of that card, the dog. But for the most part, it's loyalty, someone you trust, a friend. Dogs have been associated in many cultures with loyalty, friendship, and trusted companionship. They work and live with people. They are reliable in their faithfulness. Their ways are known, understood, and people value that they will obey if well trained in a submissive way. Humans have long seen dogs as dependable, able to help in many situations. They are allowed into people's lives in a far more intimate way than most other animals. And if this is referring to a person, it could be a friend, an acquaintance, a colleague, a future partner, life partner, or life companion. So yeah, like I said, when I think about this is probably someone close to you is either going to be announcing that they are moving away or perhaps a birth in the family, because that the stork can represent that. And it could also mean that they are going to be moving far away because of the ship. Let's see here. So now with the stork, oopsie, let's see. With the stork, yeah, we have change, movement, migration, transition, pregnancy, progress, promotion, relocation, changing, moving, pregnant, change, move, migrate. It could be a tall, pale young woman with light blonde to brown hair may change their hair often. However, I do have to say, I don't know if I really, in current times, I don't know if I agree with stereotyping what type of person this could be, because there's just so many cultures in the world now. And this system was, it was in the I believe it was the 14th century that this came about. And so back then, yes, there were a lot more, if you will, light, blonde, white women around, whereas now we have a really diverse culture. So, I don't know if I'll ever read the cards as the association of what or who the person is, but more I would just take on the female aspect of it. Someone that maybe is going to be giving birth, getting pregnant, or, someone maybe that is going to be getting a promotion or changing locations. So yeah, let's see. It says here that storks are species and they usually migrate, relocating to warmer climates in the winter. They represent movement and change, particularly of location or home. Such transitions are normally seen as moving to somewhere better. In the case of migration, somewhere warmer and more hospitable. Therefore, the Storks card is associated with progress and promotion, leading to a better place in the work hierarchy. Following folklore tales, storks are also seen as representing additional additions to the household. These might be through pregnancy or possibly renovations, as storks have been known to expand their nests over the period of several years. And the dark of this card could be that even though positive changes can feel challenging as humans, we are creatures of habit. Focusing on progress involved in a change will help you embrace it. And then for the final card, which we have the ship. Travel, transport, holiday, venture, commerce, change, freedom, motorized vehicle, journey, long distance trip, foreign, international, moving, explore, navigate, venture, broaden horizons. And the boat is an ancient form of transportation. It is used, I guess I should show you guys the boat again. It is used for commerce and exploration. And usually you travel to distant lands, both for business and for pleasure. When setting sail, you may feel a sense of freedom and adventure as you look forward to exploring foreign lands. Sometimes this card signifies nostalgia for what you are leaving behind, or a yearning for places or people not yet within your reach. Remember, every new venture brings potential with it, and what you make of it is up to you and your approach to it. Oops, I went out of focus. Sorry, guys. So, the dark of that card is sometimes we travel to explore and discover. Other times it may simply be a way of trying to escape something. Which I feel like, so once again, all of that was actually from the Celtic Lenormand guidebook, which is really amazing. I've learned so much from it, and that's why I pulled it, just because this is a great little informational guidebook here for the 1889 Lenormand. But obviously, since it's brand new, I'm not gonna sit here and read all of it with you. I'm gonna have to use it myself and see. But just like I said, basically how I would take this reading is a close friend of yours or your partner or someone that is close to you is planning on relocating, and it might be somewhere far or really far away from you. It could also mean, someone you're very close with is gonna be getting pregnant, and maybe the baby was conceived while away. I mean, it really could mean anything along those lines. And so that is what I would say is maybe possibly happening this week, since that's what I asked. So, beautiful deck. Really looking forward to working with it more. Really super excited to be learning Lenormand more. It's pretty straightforward compared to the tarot. The tarot can be extremely complex, and I mean, the Lenormand is not easy either, but I'm really starting to enjoy learning more about it. So, if you loved this video, I would appreciate it if you give it a like. It does help my channel out a lot more than you think. And if you have the 1889 Lenormand and you've worked with it, please let me know what you think about it, or if you're trying to snag one of these last poker style sizes, you better get on it, because this is deck 922 out of 1,000 and I purchased it in July. And quite honestly, by the time I upload this video, it might be October 2020. So I'm only being honest with you. There's only gonna be a few left, if there is any left. So go and grab it. And if you are into F words, if you love flying, festivals, fashion, food, fine art, fitness, fulfill it yourself mentality, or home improvement projects, anything like that, or you are into cards, card divination, tarot, oracle, and Lenormand, please consider subscribing to my channel. Once again, I'm Jess, and I'm so happy that you chose to watch this unboxing. I will see you in the next video.